Janet, Kuypers.
You know, when I was in college, because my mom and sister watched Days of Our Lives, I was able to write a weekly column for Days of Our Lives in the newspaper, and Charles Shaughnessy, who was Shane Donovan on Days of Our Lives, was going over to do a signing. I'm like, I have to have him sign my articles, my newspapers or something, right? He was, people don't know who he is because why would you? He was later in the show The Nanny with Fran Drescher. Yeah, that guy. And so I'm there in line, and there's this woman from Tolono, and she's so excited about seeing him. And so I go and I sign something, oh, thanks, and they're like, hey, can we take a picture? And she's like, I'll take a picture of you too. And so I have a photo of me and him, and I give it to my mother and my sister, and they're like, oh, wow, it looks like you're on your honeymoon with that photo. Which I think is just the funniest thing ever, because of course I don't know them, but there you have it. But there's my little interjection about meeting somebody.
Look like you're on your honeymoon in that photo.
You're going to even say that, and I'm married to you. What? I thought I would read to you 3 from the book Let Me See You Stripped. It is because it's a stripped-down version of a larger book. That's why it's named that. This one I have to read because it happens to be St. Patrick's Day today, because it's what this is about. And it's not happy, haha, because I'm proto-goth, as John describes it, so. This is called Flooded War Memories. It was St. Patrick's Day, went to another country to see you. Met up with you at a hotel. It was like we were never apart. We talked like old friends, old wartime veterans who fought in a war together, who shared our life stories while sitting in a trench together, waiting for the bombs to strike. It was St. Patrick's Day, and everything seemed normal and right, even though you lived far away and even though we had different life plans. It was St. Patrick's Day. I remember you laying down in the bathtub like a little boy, splashing and playing in the water, not even flinching that I was there talking to you naked in a bathtub. But it was St. Patrick's Day. I wanted to get out, see the town, and you didn't want to move, content with a dingy hotel room. And all I could think was that it was St. Patrick's Day, and I was in another country. I wanted to get up and go. And I don't know what snapped in you on St. Patrick's Day, but I was in a dress, ready to go, and you knocked me down. I remember being knocked onto one of those dingy hotel beds in your in my pantyhose and my dress, and you strangled me. It was like you were in the war again. You were fighting to the death, and I thought we were on the same side. Why are you trying to hurt me so? And like a bulldog that finally listened to the commands of their master, you finally stopped, and there I was, your ally, and the one that sat there in the trenches with you for all of those years. Torn pantyhose, bloody knees. I never thought you'd frighten one of your buddies, I swear. I got up and called for backup in the hotel lobby. At the payphone, an older woman then came up to me and asked me if I was all right. Her question stopped me from hyperventilating. I looked down at my torn hose, bloody knees, and I said, I'm fine. I just knew I had to get out of there before more shells fell. I'll try to make them not as dismal for you. This one is called Tribal Scream. I know what goes on in your head. I know all those characters you've created. I know all of your past, all that bad stuff in your past. I know the mishmash of everything crammed into your head. And I know a part of it is killing you. And I want you to let it out. And I want you to just open your mouth and let out a tribal, never-ending scream. Because I know you. I know you've got too much life in you. I know you've got a carbonated soul, and I know that one good scream would let you pop the top of you like a bottle of Coca-Cola. Bubbles of compressed air would be coming out of your mouth in your tribal scream. I wonder what characters you would spill out. I wonder what you would do when you actually saw what you rejected, what you screamed out. I would wonder if you'd see parts of you, and I wonder if you'd know they were a part of you, and try to stuff them back in. They're getting progressively less dismal. This one's called Counting Bodies. Yay! He's like, what? Tried to get a job at the mall. They never returned my call. I applied for a job in a strip store. I filled out the forms, but my problem was that I answered the questions honestly. When they ask you if you've ever done drugs, it's best to lie. Even applied to get a job at a liquor store. Now, I have experience in drinking, but not in stocking bottles or cleaning liquor store floors. So someone said that the government was looking for employees, that they need you to walk the streets, ask questions, keep records. And I thought, I'm organized, I work hard, I can do this. And the government job would be sweet. I mean, they pay really well. And it would be funny to say that I was a government employee. So I got online, learned about the census. All I'd have to do was be walking around, making a list, checking it twice. I'd be in charge of counting bodies. As sick as it sounds, that kind of has a ring to it. So I called to schedule my evaluation, went to the government building early, found out I wasn't even on the map that they looked for employees from. But I took the test anyway, struck the icicles with my hand as I left for my car. I thought about the records that the Greek kings, the Greek government kept for the men that they executed. And then I thought about the detailed Nazi records of Jews working in camps of Jews gassed, and how we had to come in and count the bodies. And I thought, I never was called from the Census Bureau. It was like they knew my mind. You filled out your forms, but we don't need anything from you. And I thought, maybe I shouldn't have applied for this job. Maybe I shouldn't be working for the government. Maybe they knew I shouldn't be a part of their system, falling in line and counting bodies. Thank you.